First of all, you must know the answer how you are going to start your business. See, at the practical level, I am trying to make you understand at the practical level how you are going to start the business or how you are going to succeed in your business, in your professional life. So you have to ask the questions to yourself and you have to identify the answers of those questions and you have to implement that answers. Okay, the question is, how do you start your business? How do you, aap kaise? So that's the primary thing which you need to ask to yourself, how you are going to start your business. Then, what is the unique about your business? See, why the people will purchase your products or services in the market? Because every product, every service is already available in the market. Okay, आप मुझे बोलो कि which service is not available in the market, which product is not available in the market. So every product is available in the market, every service is available in the market. But आपके पास आंसर होना चाहिए कि what is unique in your business? What makes your business unique? What makes your business different from the competitors, different from the other products and services? That is very, very important. Okay, and how do you raise funds? There are different sources of funds. Okay, and from where you are going to generate the funds? Okay, and how do you decide where to establish your company? Another question. Where you are going to establish your business unit? Okay, and then identification of the market. Identifying the market. Or what strategy do you use to market your business? There are different strategies available in the market. Okay, अगर हम advertising strategies की बात करेंगे, there are different advertising strategy. If we talk about the marketing strategy, there are different marketing strategies. Okay, if we talk about the any sort of strategy, different types of strategies are available. And हमें choose करना कि which strategy will be more effective for our business. Okay, and the last one is, how do you define success? How you are going to measure the success? How you are going to measure this? For example, you have got the answers of all these questions till here. Now, you are in a stage to measure whether you have succeeded in your business or not. Okay, now the question is how we are going to measure, how we are going to define what is the success. See, there is a simple answer and there is a very common answer of this question, how do you define success? Most of the people are defining the success through profit or revenue, right? That is the normal answer. अगर मैं बोलूँगा कि if my profit is good, I am succeeded in my business. If my revenue is good, but nowadays that becomes the myth. अगर हम measure करेंगे ना our success of the business on the basis of the profit and revenue, that means we are wrong. We are wrong. We can measure and we would measure the success of our business by measuring the satisfaction level of our customers. Okay, we have to measure the satisfaction level of our customers. How much customers are satisfied for my products, for my services. On that criteria, the business success could be measured. Okay, we have to measure whether I am achieving the goals and objectives of my organization. Through which, by measuring the goals or the objectives of my organization, success could be measured. Success could be measured. And we have to identify, we have to measure whether my business is achieving my personal and the professional goals. Whether I am achieving for example, if I am the business owner, whether I am achieving the personal and the professional goals. These are the things through which we can measure the success of our business. That means revenue revenue and profit, that is certain. That is certain. वो तो आएगा ही. That means we cannot measure the success of our business through profit or revenue, because that is certain. That is obvious. वो तो आएगा ही, because if I am running a business, if I am operating a shop, that means वहाँ पे तो पैसा आएगा, revenue आएगा, profit आएगा. But that is not how we are going to measure the success of my business. So success is something which is different. Okay, तो हमें measure करना है कि how people are satisfied in the business. How I am going to achieve the vision of my company. whether I am, yes please.
अगर फॉर एग्जांपल मेरे बिजनेस की इमेज जो कस्टमर्स के पास है अच्छी है,
हाँ,
तो मैं समझती हूँ कि मेरा बिजनेस सक्सेसफुल होगा।
yes,
लेकिन साथ में ही अगर मुझे मतलब क्योंकि प्रॉफिट भी बहुत जरूरी है, अगर
हाँ,
at the end of
profit is obvious, yes.
पैसा उतना नहीं आ रहा है तो फिर सक्सेस उस पे ओवर मतलब ये ओवर पार हो जाएगा ना कि मतलब सक्सेस फेल हो जाएगी उधर।
See, agar if the people are satisfied with your products or with your service or with your business units, so that means profit will be there. How you are going to measure the satisfaction level? For example, if I use your products or your services, that means I am satisfied. That means, for example, your question is ki if the customer is satisfied, but they are not using the goods, or they are not purchasing the goods, or I am not generating the profit.
Yeah,
I am not
able to generate
that much of profit.
जितना मतलब होना चाहिए।
See, the thing is, if the people is satisfied, if the customers are satisfied, if your clients are satisfied, that means profit is obvious. Profit is obvious because satisfaction level and the profit revenue, it works together. See, for example, अगर हम बात करेंगे ना कि मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटजीज की, एडवर्टाइजिंग स्ट्रेटजीज में क्या है, द बेस्ट सॉर्ट ऑफ एडवर्टाइजिंग स्ट्रेटजी, इट इज वर्ड्स ऑफ माउथ। इट इज वर्ड्स ऑफ माउथ। दैट मीन्स मैं आपको क्या बोल रहा हूं कि विच प्रोडक्ट यू शुड बाई। मेरा भाई को मैं क्या बोलता हूं, मेरी बहन को मैं क्या बोलता हूं, मेरे रिलेटिव्स में क्या सजेस्ट करता हूं, विच प्रोडक्ट टू बाई एंड विच सर्विस टू यूज। दैट मीन्स आई एम सेटिस्फाइड, दैट इज वाई आई एम प्रमोटिंग that product or that service among my colleagues, among my relatives, among my peers, right? That means I am satisfied and मैं promote करता हूँ, words of mouth करता हूँ, and जब मैं words of mouth करता हूँ, that means that will increase the revenue, that will increase the profit of the firm as well. That means when satisfaction level is high, the revenue will be high. When satisfaction level is low, the revenue will be low. Okay? Yeah, please.
How to raise funds.
हाँ,
ये तो ऐसे हो गया ठीक पढ़ने के लिए, लेकिन प्रैक्टिकली जब
नहीं,
business में जाते
practically,
हैं, तो लाइक मुझे पता है, सपोज मेरा बिजनेस है, मुझे पता है कि ये यूनिट अगर मैं पर्टिकुलर प्लेस पे खोलूं, मेरा ज्यादा वहां से रेवेन्यू आएगा। लेकिन मेरा ये है कि मेरी लिमिट है कि मैं यहीं पे खोल सकता हूँ। तो ये मैं मतलब पढ़ने के लिए ठीक है, लेकिन ये मैं कैसे करूँ कि फिर मैं वहां पे जाऊँ, वो खोलूँ। या मुझे पता है कि रेजिंग खाने, मुझे पता है मैं इसके थ्रू अगर तो मुझे इसमें कम में आएगा पैसा, तो लेकिन मेरे पास वो ऑप्शन नहीं है, वो लिवरेज नहीं है कि मैं चूज करूँ। तो स्टार्टअप के लिए तो बहुत ये चीजें मुश्किल है कि मुझे पहले ही पता हो कि सपोज मेरा प्रोडक्ट है, मुझे पता है मैं अगर जलंधर मेरठ में खोलूं, वहां पे मेरे फुटफॉल ज्यादा है।
but you have certain limitations, right?
मतलब यहाँ पे जो भी यूनिट है, मतलब सपोज इनका है,
Suppose-
पता है कि
suppose-
प्रोडक्ट कहीं ज्यादा ही है।
हाँ।
तो ये इनका ऑप्शन, इनके पास ऐसी ऑप्शन नहीं कि ये वहां पे जाके ये खोले। तो इनके लिए बेटर क्या है?
See, अगर आप स्टार्टअप की बात कर रहे हो ना, अगर आप इफ यू टॉक अबाउट स्टार्टअप में you have to ask these questions to yourself, okay? And but if you cannot implement on practical grounds at this moment of time, after a year, after 2 years, after a certain period of time, you can implement it. For example, you feel that there is a good demand of my products in the Jalandhar market, but हाँ, हाँ, exactly.
मैं यहाँ पे रहता हूँ, मुझे पता है यहाँ पे ये चलेगा नहीं। सपोज श्रीनगर में चलेगा, अब मैं श्रीनगर में वही यूनिट खोलूँ, तो मेरा कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगा, मुझे यहाँ पे रेंट पे स्पेस देना है, तो प्रोडक्ट कॉस्ट में कंपटीशन से बाहर हो गया। तो वहाँ पे दिक्कत आती है, ये सब चीजें जब ये पैरामीटर्स में सब सारे
but see, at the initial stage, if you don't feel you cannot implement all these questions on the practical grounds, but you have to identify the answers and you have to work on that, because success किसको बोलते हैं, and मैंने आपको बोला कि in today's market survival is very very important. Survival is very very important. Profit growth छोड़ो, survival is important, and for your survival you have to work hard. For example, you think कि I cannot open the office in the Srinagar, but there is a demand, so you can operate it from Avantipora. Okay, you can operate it from your own place, from your own village, but you have to distribute the goods and services where demand is good. You have to do that.
जरूरी नहीं कि एस्टैब्लिश करना,
जरूरी नहीं हो, हाँ, until and unless you are not, until and unless you will not reach to that break even point, जब तक आप
मैं ये थोड़ा बहुत सोच रहा था कि ये सब शेयर हो।
हाँ, सी अगर आप फॉर एग्जांपल सी आई फील कि देयर इज अ गुड डिमांड ऑफ माय प्रोडक्ट्स इन द श्रीनगर मार्केट, मगर वहाँ पे रेंट ज्यादा है, वहाँ पे ऑफिस स्पेस नहीं मिल रही है, सो आई कैन ऑपरेट फ्रॉम डिस्ट्रिक्ट शोपियान, Okay, until and unless I cannot manage to bear the rent in the Srinagar city, or I cannot bear any other resources in the Srinagar city. So ultimately, अगर मैं वो चीज़ कर रहा हूँ तो success will be there. And कुछ एक time आएगा, there will be one stage जब मैं अपना product वहाँ पे establish या वहाँ पे franchisee दे. See, there are different ways, there are different means. For example, you have business unit in the Avantipora, and you want to operate it in Srinagar. You can go for the franchisee unit. You can go for the joint venture. ठीक है? That is another way to enter into the market. हाँ, exactly. See, if हाँ, नहीं वहाँ पे खोलने की जरूरत नहीं. If you can go for through franchisee, तो वहाँ पे श्रीनगर में आप call for the franchisees and people will come and they will join and they will sell your products and services in the Kashmir market. See how we are entering into the international market. There is a big MNC. There is a big MNC. There is a big famous MNC in India. Okay, they want to enter into the Dubai market, for example. ठीक है? They cannot. They have the resources. They have the bunch of Tata. Tata wants to operate into the Dubai market. They have all the resources. ठीक है? But still they will not enter directly. They will not enter. That means paisa is not important. They can either choose the joint venture. They can go for the franchisee. Okay. Through which they can enter to the Dubai market. इसी तरह, if you have the financial limitations, you can choose the joint venture, you can choose the franchisee in order to enter into the new markets. Okay, go that way. But I will not tell कि इनमें से आंसर नहीं होना चाहिए. There should be answer of every question before you start the entrepreneurship or when you are running an entrepreneurship. Okay, now. अब मैं आपको solution बोलूंगा कि how you are going to identify the answers of these questions. Because if I am telling something, I should be giving the solution of also how and what things you have to keep under consideration while identifying, while answering the questions. And उसके लिए you have to study the business environment. You have to study the business environment. Okay, business environment मतलब क्या हो? Business environment means surroundings of the business. It means the surroundings of the business. Business environment means all those factors. It consists of all those factors which revolves around the business. Business environment क्या हो? It consists of all those factors which revolves around the business. ठीक है? See, business का आपको पता है कि what is business? हम बिजनेस को कैसे डिफाइन करते हैं? ये जो बिजनेस होती है ना, इट इज एक्चुअली ए ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी. बिजनेस क्या होती है? इट इज ए ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी. बिजनेस बिकॉज हु ऑपरेट्स द बिजनेस? Who operates the business? Humans, right? It is actually a human activity. Okay, and it is a human activity which carried by different categories of the people. Okay, there is a people from the IT background, there is a people from the finance background, there is a people from the production background, there is a people expert in the area of HR. That means it is a human activity which is carried by the different categories of people. Okay, that means a single person cannot run the business. A single person cannot run the business. That means it is a human activity which is carried by the different categories of the people. Okay, in order to generate the wealth, in order to generate the revenue. And how businesses are going to generate the revenues? By distributing the goods and the services. Okay, that is what is called as a business. That is what is called as a business. It is a human activity which is done by the different categories of the people. See how companies become the companies. Company कैसे बनती है? When more than two people work in a group, it is called as a company. It is called as a company, or it is called a business. When two or more than two people work together, it is called as a business. It is called as a business. Business होता है when two or more than two people join for the common cause. Okay, in order to generate revenue. And how they are going to generate revenue? When they are distributing any sort of goods or services. Okay, and there is some other definitions of the business. It is called as a business is the way by which man makes their living. That means for the purpose of living. Business is very, very important. Please, beta, please. Business environment, it refers to, now, as I told you, business environment is the combination of two words, business and environment. And business हमारा clear हो गया, environment हमारा clear हो गया. Now, if we talk about the business environment, it consists of all those factors which revolves around the business. Each business environment means it consists of all those factors which reflects around the business. And अगर हम factors की बात करेंगे, there are two types of the factors. There are two types of factors. One is called as internal factors and another one is called as external factors. These are the two factors which revolves around the business. अगर हम external factor की बात करेंगे, external factor में दो type के factors होते हैं, micro factors and macro factors, and these are the factors which revolves around the business. And if we talk about the internal factors and external, broadly we can say there are two types of factors, internal factor, external factor, simple as much. And ये जो internal factors होते हैं, they are also called as controllable factors. ये मंच वननेस क्या? Controllable factors. And जो external factors होते हैं, they are called as uncontrollable या non-controllable factors. Why internal factors are called as a controllable factor? See, internal factors में शेष बना, there is a man, there is a machinery, 5 M's. Simple as much बना 5 M's. There are 5 M's. There is a man, there is a machinery, there is a money, there is a management, there is a there is a management, and there is a man, money, machinery, and material. Okay, these are the 5 M's, and they are called as a controllable factors, or internal factors, because they are internally related with the organization. And why they are called as controllable factors? Because the organization are having a control upon it. अगर हम employees की बात करेंगे, employee को कब आना है, कितने बजे आना है, कितने बजे निकलना है, organization is having a control on it. अगर हम machinery की बात करेंगे, what type of machinery organization should buy, when to buy, how to buy, where to buy, organizations are having a control upon it. अगर हम material की बात करेंगे, कौन सा material लाएंगे, raw material कहाँ से लाएंगे, किस supplier से लाएंगे, organizations are having a control on it, right? If we talk about the external factors, those are called as uncontrollable factors. That means the organization does not have the control upon it. There is a, हम बोलते हैं कि there is a pestle. There is a pestle which are called as uncontrollable factors on which the organization does not have control upon it. Pestle मतलब क्या को? Pestle means the political, P-E-S-T-E-L. Okay, pestle, P-E-S-T-E-L. Political factors, economical factors, social factors, technological factors, environmental factors, and legal factors. That is what's called as a pestle. That is what's called as a pestle. Go yimshi team factor on which the organizations does not having a control upon it. See, there is a customer. Sorry, there is an employee. That is the internal factor. Go customer से organization कुछ भी करेगी, that is in the control of the company. But there is a political system. तब क्या करे company? Exactly. There is a economical situation of the country. तब क्या करे company? That means that is why they are called as a environmental factors. मैंने बोला economical factor, environmental factors, okay. Or we can say environmental factors में there is a climate, there is a weather. That is something which is external, on which that is why they are called as uncontrollable factors. Okay, and now what is the nature of the business environment? मतलब go surroundings of the business. And every business organization, every factor is playing a very important role on the profit or loss or growth of the business organization. Or every factor is very, very important for any sort of decision making process within the organization. See, ये जो factors होते हैं ना, whether internal factors की बात करेंगे or external factors की बात करेंगे, they are positively affecting the business organization as well as they are negatively affecting the business organization. इनका दोनों impact होता है. Business factors जो होते हैं, environmental factors जो होते हैं, internal factors जो होते हैं या external factors जो होते हैं, they are positively impacting the business organization and they are negatively impacting the business organizations. Go yimon chu positive impact ite sani organization perte negative impact ite chu. Now, a positive impact kaise karenge, negative impact kaise karenge? It depends upon how we are going to deal with the factors. It depends upon how our business is going to deal with the factors. Suppose, for example, there is a political system, political factors that can positively impact the business organization or that can negatively impact. Go, that means, for example, if the political system of the state, of the country is in favor of my business organization, that will positively impact my business organization. If the political system of the state, of the country is not in favor of my business organization, that will negatively impact my business organization. Right? There is a legal. if I am following the laws, rules, regulations in my organization, वो जो legal factor है ना, it will positively affect my business organization. If I am not obeying the law, rules, regulations, that will negatively affect my business organization. वो that means जो भी factors होते हैं, whether internal factor की बात करेंगे, whether external factor की बात करेंगे, these are the factors which can positively as well as negatively affect the business organization. And now अब ये कैसे impact करेंगे positive और negative, it depends upon how we are going to deal with the factors, how we are going to behave with the factors. जैसे हम उसके साथ behave करेंगे, the impact will be vice versa. Okay, and see ये जो business environment होता है, if we talk about the business environment, if we talk about what is the nature of the business environment, how business environment look like. Okay, see there is a ये जो business environment होता है, ये always it is a complex. ये बहुत complex होता है. कौन? Business environment, because इसमें हमारा क्या होता है, internal factors होते हैं, कंट्रोलेबल फैक्टर्स भी होते हैं, बट अनकंट्रोलेबल फैक्टर्स भी होते हैं, राइट? एंड दैट इज व्हाई ये जो बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट होता है, जो फैक्टर्स होते हैं, इट बिकम्स द बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट एज द कॉम्प्लेक्स. ओके, बिकॉज इट कंसिस्ट्स ऑफ द डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ द फैक्टर्स. It consists of the different types of factors. There are internal factors, there are n number of external factors. That is what makes it complex. Okay, and ये जो business environment जो होता है, it is interdependent as well. Okay, so for example, interdependent, that means there are social factors in the business environment, there are the economical factors in the business environment, there are the culture factors in the business environment. Okay, and that is why ये जो business environment होता है, they are interdependent. Social factor, culture factor, religious factors, okay, ethical factors, values, belief, these are terms which are interrelated with each other. Every time I will supply you whenever you need, because उसकी भी कुछ limitations होंगी. Maybe वो supply नहीं receive कर पाता है from outside of the state, outside of the country, so there are many reasons. So that type of contract will not work.
और एक साल के कम से कम एक साल का contract करना पड़ेगा हमेशा supplier के साथ.
Exactly. हाँ. And उसमें conditions यही होंगी कि if in case I will not be able to deliver it on time, so I will be not responsible. तो ये तो obvious होगा. Well, that means you should not dependent on one supplier. You should identify different suppliers. You should keep different options in order for the smooth running of your business.
Sir, as a startup, अगर मुझे वो चीज़ पता नहीं होगी, अगर मैंने उस supplier को देखा होगा, ठीक है, क्योंकि obviously हम यहाँ पे problems face करते हैं. मुझे अगर supplier के बारे में नहीं पता होगा कि मुझे कौन दे सकता है, तो उस टाइम पे हम क्या कर सकते हैं? Like मेरा ये है कि हमें कोई mentor मिल सकता है जो हमें guide करे. Like for example मेरा food tech है, किसी का business में है, तो हमें कोई ऐसा मेंटोर मिल सकता है जो हमें पर्सनली पूछ सकता है कि व्हाट आर द प्रॉब्लम्स यू आर फेसिंग. मतलब ऐसा यहाँ पे है कुछ?
See, you can take the decisions. Yeah, suggestions you can take. You can take the suggestions either from this office, from the management department. Okay, those suggestions, but they can offer you the suggestions. They can guide you where to go, when to purchase, how to purchase, where to purchase. These certain clarifications you can either get from the CIED or from the management department. There is no problem in it. And the most important is, so you can approach to the this business institutions जहाँ पे हमारा CIED-IUST है. Okay, so they are having the people who are expert in these fields, in these areas, in order to identify the right suppliers for the right products at the right time. वहाँ पे available है. Okay, if you want to go for the at the district level, वहाँ पे district level के जो भी business units होते हैं, government operated business units जो होते हैं, organizations, you can approach to them also, and they will be having the counselors. They can suggest you, they can guide you where to purchase the raw material, when to purchase, how to. So these things you can get either from this institution or from institutions operated by the different districts or in the Srinagar. So there is no problem. Okay, and mashallah we are having the internet now. Okay, अगर हम internet का use अच्छे से करेंगे तो we can get everything by sitting at home.
तो दूसरी बात ये भी है कि with the coming of AI and IT को collaborate करके ना इनका जो supplier list है.
हाँ, see AI जो है ना, AI, you can ask anything to AI, and AI will give you the right and very convenient answer. आप कुछ भी पूछो उसको, where to get the raw material for manufacturing of cakes in Srinagar, it will give the answer with phone numbers, with all the details. So AI is very intelligent nowadays. Okay, हमें किसी के पास जाने की, if we know how to operate the AI, तो हमें कहीं पे जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, बट थिंग इज हमें उसको यूज़ करना आना चाहिए. ओके, एंड दैट मीन्स ये जो बिजनेस एनवायरमेंट जो होता है ना, इट इज़ इंटर डिपेंडेंट. ओके, एंड इट इज़ डायनामिक. दैट मीन्स इट कीप ऑन चेंजिंग. डायनामिक मतलब को इट कीप ऑन changing. Political parties changes, laws changes, employees changes, customers changes. Go, that means business environment also changes, right? See, mungkin chi yete hukumat BJP pagah chi Congress. Go, that means political system changed, and business environmental, that means factors have changed. Okay, my preferences changed. My taste has changed. My lifestyle has changed. The economical situation of the country has changed. The law, regulations has changed. So that is why that makes us, in a business environment as dynamic, because it changes with the passage of time. Okay, and ये जो business environment होता है, it is always uncertain. It is always uncertain. That means when it keep on changing, predicting the right environmental factors is very, very hard. Okay, for example, I cannot predict which political party should be in favor of my business. Okay, I cannot predict which law regulations are coming which will be in favor of my business. So that means ये जो business environment होता है, it is always uncertain. And ये जो business environment होता है, it is a relative concept. It differs from the place to place. It differs from the company to company. Business environmental factors जो होते हैं, it differs from the place to place. It is different in Kashmir and it is different in Jammu. It differs from the state to state. It differs from country to country. Right? Go. That means ये जो for example अगर हम देखेंगे कि there is a demand of certain products in the India market, in the Kashmir market, in the Jammu market. And the same products are having a less demand in other markets, in other countries, in other places. So why so? Because ये जो factors होते हैं, environmental factors, it changes from the place to place or it changes from the country to country. And forecasting जो होता है, forecasting the business environment, forecasting the factors which could have a positive impact on our business organization or which could have a negative impact on our business organization is very, very difficult. Is very, very, we cannot forecast whether in future the environmental factors which will be in favor of my business organization. ठीक है? For example, मैंने अभी क्या किया? मैंने बहुत प्रोडक्शन आइसक्रीम्स की. I am running आइसक्रीम फैक्ट्री. मैंने बहुत प्रोडक्शन की आइसक्रीम की. But all of a sudden मौसम खराब हो गया. All of a sudden बारिश स्टार्ट हुई. 10 दिन, 15 दिन, 20 दिन बारिश रही. That will have a negative, the weather, the climate, environmental factors, it could have a negative impact on my business organization because I could not forecast it. I could not predict it. Okay, so that means predicting, forecasting it is very, very difficult. Important as well as we cannot predict the environmental factors. And what are the objectives of the business environment? What we get from the business environment, what we get after understanding, after using, after implementing the different factors of the business environment in our organization. See, it is for the purpose of knowledge, understanding, identifying, studying the environmental factors, business environmental factors is very, very important for the purpose of the knowledge, for the purpose of the information, and it is very important in order to take any sort of decisions. Which strategy to use, when to use, how to use, why to export the goods, why to not. Okay, this forecasting के लिए, decision making के लिए, the business environment, studying the business environment is very, very important, and it is also important for the making the different policies. अगर हम बात करेंगे financial policies की, if we talk about the non-financial policies, तो in order to formulate any sort of policies, any sort of rules, any sort of regulations, any sort of strategies in our organization, understanding the concepts of the business environment is very, very important. Go objectives kya hai? It helps us to make the decisions. It helps us to formulate the strategies. It helps us to understand, forecast, predict the future in our business organization.